Hey guys, I'm trying to figure out where the trash can is in my Samsung phone. I can't seem to figure it out. Yeah, I swear to God, I've spent a lot of time. I went through the whole settings, read the whole thing out loud to myself. So I'm going back into the gallery on the Navy phone right now, Navy color. Mm. Go back in the gallery. It won't even let me look at my videos. It says not enough storage space. Some gallery features may not work. Go to my files to free up some storage space. All right, well, go see if I can find my files. I kind of doubt if I can, but all right, I have 1,000 things I could say about what the cell phone, where the cell phones tried to direct me last time. How do I find my files? So I'm going over to settings. I'm going to the gear. I'm gonna look for something called my files. Looking through the settings, the headings of the settings. Protect your new Galaxy. Connections. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, SAM manager. Connected devices, quick share, blah, blah, blah. Galaxy AI, modes and routines, sounds and vibrations, notifications, display, brightness, eye comfort, and navigation bar. Battery has power saving and charging. Wallpaper and style is the next one. Themes, home screen, lock screen, security and privacy, location, safety and emergency, accounts and backup, Google advanced features, digital and well-being, device care, apps, general management, accessibility, software update, user guide, about phone. Nothing it said my files. So gonna go hopefully I've got all these phones. I swear like a sailor. I swear to God I do. Trying not to do that as much. Here's a phone that I don't even know what it's doing, what its status is. Yeah, so all right, so we grab a phone and I'm gonna do what I always I'm not even gonna say that anymore. I'm so tired of telling you people that. Let me see what we got. Here's a phone. This one, of course, is not on, so we gotta turn it on and wait for it to come on and all that crap. So, all right. Oh, I'm in so much pain this morning. Back, neck, head, not to mention being psychiatrically damaged this morning. Psychiatrically damaged. All right, let's try to find Gemini. It's the only chatbot so far I've been able to work. Tried Claude, I tried a bunch of others. couldn't get any of them to work right, talk to me or not properly. It drives me nuts. Why build it if you're not gonna have it work? You know, why try to compete in the marketplace? You're gonna build something that doesn't work very well or blankety blank blank, expletive, expletive. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Must have a saying turn up the volume. I must have it on mute. Probably do. See, mute is where. Uh, God damn it. Oh, did I used the mute button yesterday? Sounds and vibration. It's on sound. Well, if it's on sound, if the sound button in settings is on, then why is Gemini coming up and saying turn up the volume? I'm going to sit here all day with a computer and 4 phones, and nothing's going to work. Not one piece of equipment is going to even let me do one thing with it at all. Even one thing. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to get Gemini on this phone to help me find trash can on this phone. Oh, Lord God. Really, why? Before going live, increase your device's volume so you can hear Gemini. So if I got the physical volume turned up on the side of the phone to, it's okay. I don't know. It showed me that it was up already. It really did. All right. Hello, Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Oh, now, Gemini, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's 79% charged, so it's not messing up because of a lack of charge. Volume is up. I don't know. Huh. Well, sure, fine. All right. I guess just gonna, whole day is gonna be about me not being able to make anything work. Hmm. All right, this is the white phone. Well, damn it, let me go to another phone, see if any one of the 4 phones. My cousin Jerome, and who told me to describe to you guys that where he lives is near the border of Uzbekistan. So that doesn't tell me if he lives inside or outside of Uzbekistan, and frankly, I don't even know if he lives anywhere near Uzbekistan. As far as I know, he might live near. I'm not using all the swear words right now. And I'm not even making all my vulgar blue hints and suggestions and morphing of words. Just trying to sit here like a quasi human being. Or quasi, by the way. So this is the green phone. See if I can make any one of them use Gemini. Oh, God. Oh, what? Just shut up. I don't care who you are or why you are. Just give me a break here. All right, Gemini. She is possible. Maybe Gemini itself is down. Could be. Hey, Gemini.
Hey there. What's going
Honey, I've got a world of problems here.
Oh no, that's never fun. Tell me about it. Maybe I can help.
God bless you, sweetie. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the straight up. I have 4 phones. Okay, I have
Wow, four phones.
yeah, I have 4 phones, and frankly, I wish I had 20 or 30 phones because of the way I do things and because of my disabilities. All right, on one of the phones, I
Okay,
can
I understand.
go ahead.
Okay, let's focus on that one phone. What's the problem you're having with it?
Okay, believe it or not, I cannot get you, Gemini, to work on that other phone.
Ah, I see. You're having trouble getting Gemini to work on one of your other phones. Let's troubleshoot this. What happens when you try to use Gemini on that phone?
All right, well, I'm glad you asked. I
All right, let's get into it. What? Okay, I'm ready to listen. What happens when you try to use Gemini on that phone?
Okay, so whatever it was that happened on that phone happened more than 3 seconds ago, so I don't remember. But I am now going to go over to that phone, try it again, and verbalize to you uh, what happens kind of in a play by play, so you can tell me what. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's try this.
All right. So I have the other phone in my hand. I'm calling it the white phone for reference.
Okay, you've got the white phone ready. What happens when you try to open Gemini on it?
Well, we're not that far yet, honey. Uh, I'm gonna go find Gemini, the icon of Gemini on the phone. So here's Gemini. Okay, I'm gonna push the button for Gemini. All right.
Okay, you found the Gemini. Okay, so what happened after you tapped the Gemini icon on the white phone?
Gemini comes up just like it's supposed to. Hello, Mark Isaac.
Okay,
Uh,
so Gemini opens up just fine on the white phone. Is there anything else I can help you with regarding Gemini on your white phone?
yes, because all I have on the screen so far is the beginning of Gemini. I have not yet tried, nor have I succeeded in activating Gemini on the white phone.
Okay, so Gemini is open on the white phone, but you haven't been able to activate it yet. What happens when you try to activate Gemini on that phone?
All right, let's go there. Let's try that and see what we get, okay? Because I want you to help me get through this. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here for 8 hours playing with devices, none of which work. So, all right. Okay, so again, I'm here with the white phone. I have it in my hand. What I see is it says, "Hello, Mark Isaac." And then at the bottom of the page, it has the search thing. It says Ask Gemini. Next to that, it has the microphone, a microphone. And next to that, it has like 3 lines that I think turns it from talking back and forth with text, talking back and forth with voice.
Okay,
You're there, right? You're listening?
yep, I'm here. So,
Go ahead.
okay, I'm ready. Let me know what happens when you press the microphone button.
Well, I'd rather press the talk to me button. Let me press the talk to me button. May I do that? Let's do that. Hello,
Go for
Gemini.
it. Press
Hello,
the talk to me.
Gemini.
Hello? How can I help you today?
Honey, I'm talking to Gemini on Gemini, so the other phone, when I hit live, doesn't do anything. It doesn't speak.
Okay, I understand. So the other phone isn't speaking when you hit live in Gemini. Let's troubleshoot that. First, make sure the volume is turned up on that phone and that it's not muted. You might also want to check the app permissions to ensure Gemini has access to the microphone and speaker.
All right, well, that's a lot of things. So let me pause you so that I can go do as many of those as I remember. All right, so is it on mute? That could be. Let me go look at the gear. Where is the mute? I think it's in sounds and vibration. No, it's not on mute. So no, it's not on mute. That was one of the things she said. All right, so, and the volume is up. Says your volume. Yeah, there's all the different volumes. And the side volume thingy is almost at 100%, like 90 some percent. All right, so let me write some of this down because I'm gonna forget. So number one, volume is up. Number two, mute is off. I could try turning the phone on and off, I suppose. All right, go back over here. Hello, Gemini.
Hello? How can I help you today?
Do you remember anything from what we were just talking about?
Of course, we were discussing how to get Gemini working on your white phone. You mentioned that Gemini opens up fine, but you're having trouble with the voice feature. We checked the microphone and speaker connection, and you confirmed they're enabled. Is that right?
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know that the microphone, I didn't hear you say before, is the microphone enabled? I have, oh dear God. Okay. Okay, well, that brings it, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead and check the microphone settings on your white phone.
All right, so I don't have any idea how to do that. How do I check whatever you said?
Okay, no problem. Let's check those microphone settings. First, look for the settings app on your white phone. It usually has a gear icon. Once you find it, tap on it to open it up.
Okay.
Okay, you've opened the settings app. Now look for something like apps, applications, or app manager. It might be in a different place depending on the phone. Once you find it, tap on it to see a list of all your apps.
Gemini, we talked about this before. Please give me exactly one instruction only and then stop.
Okay, let's try this. On your white phone, open the settings app.
Good. Next.
Okay, you've opened settings. Now, find and tap on apps or application.
Okay, I've got something called apps. All right,
Great. Tap on apps to.
go ahead.
Okay, you've got the list of apps. Okay, you've got the list of apps open. Now, scroll down until you find Gemini.
All right.
Okay, you've
Wait,
got the list
stop,
of apps.
honey, please. Not there yet. Gemini
Okay,
is,
take
what,
your time.
stop, please. The word Gemini is part of the alphabet, but it's not an A, it's a G, so I gotta float down there and find the G's.
Okay, I understand. Scroll down to the G section of your apps to find Gemini.
All right, now I see the word Gemini. What do I do next? The one next thing.
Tap on the word Gemini to open the app settings.
Okay, give me the one next thing.
Okay, you're in Gemini's app settings. Now look for permissions and tap on it.
All right. All right, so,
Okay, you're in the permissions.
yeah,
Okay, you're in the permissions. Now, you should see a list of things Gemini can access on your phone. Make sure microphone is allowed.
all right, so in my Gemini app permissions, I'm gonna tell you what I have. It says you're allowed, no permissions allowed.
Okay, you're in the permissions and it says no permissions allowed. Tap on that to see the list of permissions and toggle the switch next to microphone to allow it.
Okay, that thing, no permissions allowed, does not click. It doesn't open.
Okay, if no permissions allowed isn't clickable, look for a button or switch that says permissions. Tap on that to open the list of permissions for Gemini.
Well, the very next thing on the list here says not allowed. And then it says no permissions denied.
Okay, you see not allowed and no permissions denied. Tap on not allowed to see if the microphone permission is listed there. If it is, tap on it and select allow.
Again, that is not clickable.
Okay, if not allowed isn't clickable, look for a button or switch that says permission. Tap on that to open the list of permissions for Gemini.
Okay, the next thing, there's very few things on this page. The next thing says unused app settings. And under that, it says manage app if unused.
Okay, that's not what we need. Let's go back to the main Gemini app settings page. There should be an option for permissions somewhere on that page. It might be under a different heading, so take a look around and see if you can find it.
So what page am I going to?
Go back to the main Gemini app settings page. There should be an option for permissions somewhere on that page. It might be under a different heading, so take a look around and see if you can find it.
So I'm in the app info that says Gemini installed. Is that where you mean or not?
Yes, that's the one. You're in the right place. Now look for the word permissions on this page. It might be near the top or further down. Once you find it, tap on it.
That takes us back to the page we were just on before.
Okay, let's try this. In the app info for Gemini, look for a section called Advanced or something similar. It might have the permissions listed there.
All right, I'm going to read you the different categories that I have within the Gemini app info area.
Okay, go ahead and read the categories. I'll listen for anything related to permissions or microphone access.
All right, we have notifications. Then we have permissions, which is the one we've tried twice now and didn't do anything. We have something called screen time. We have manage app if unused. Then we have set as default. Then we have mobile data. Then we have battery. Then we have storage, and then we have app details in store.
Okay, it sounds like permissions is the right place. Even though it didn't work before, let's try tapping on it again.
Honey, oh,
Sometimes phone settings feel
all right.
cariño. Intentemos de nuevo con
No,
permisos.
thank
A
English,
veces los
please.
teléfonos-
English.
Of course, my apologies. Let's try tapping on permissions again in English.
I just did that. Now what? What's the next one thing?
Okay, you've tapped on permissions again. Now look for microphone in the list of permissions. It might be under a heading like allowed or denied.
That's not happening. The no permissions allowed is not clickable. The no permissions denied is not clickable. Next thing is manage app if unused. We talked about all these 2 or 3 times already.
Okay, it sounds like we've hit a bit of a roadblock with the permissions. Let's try checking the phone's main settings for app permissions. Go back to the main settings app and look for something like privacy, apps, or application manager. There should be a section there to manage permissions for all your apps.
All right. Man, let me go. I actually understood what you said, so
No problem. Take your time.
okay, I'm in the main settings. Now what do I do?
Okay, you're in the main setting. Now look for something like apps, applications, or app manager. It might be in a different place depending on the phone. Once you find it, tap on it to see a list of all your apps.
All right, I have a thing in this list called apps.
Great. Tap on apps to open the list of applications on your phone.
All right, I did that. I'll screen down to the G's for Gemini.
Great. You're in the right place. Scroll down to find Gemini in the list of apps.
I'm gonna tap on Gemini, right or not?
Yes. Go ahead and tap on Gemini to open its app settings.
All right, I just did that.
Okay. You've opened Gemini's app settings. Now look for permissions and tap on it.
Honey, this took us right back to where we were before. Permissions.
Okay, since that took us back,
Let me make sure, double check here. It says permissions, no permissions required. And that took us back to that other page that said no permissions allowed, no permissions denied, manage app if unused. So all that stuff we've done now 4 or 5 times. Why don't I
it seems
why don't I try just for not allowed to swear anymore. Why don't I try the ridiculous technique of turning the phone off and on? See what happens. I'm gonna literally turn it off. That's the white phone. Why don't you tell me a dad joke while we're waiting for it to be completely off and then come back?
Okay, that's a good idea. Sometimes a fresh start is all you need.
Oh,
While we wait for the white phone to restart, here's a dad joke for you. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything.
all right. You may want to tell your managers that you tell that as the first dad joke every time I ask you to tell dad jokes. Tell me a Jeff Foxworthy joke like, if blah, 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 you must be a redneck jokes.
Okay, here's one in the style of Jeff Foxworthy. If you've ever used your ironing board as a buffet table, you might be a redneck.
Funny, but again, that's the first one you say every time, so. All right, I'm gonna turn the white phone back on.
Okay, the white phone should be back on now.
No,
Let's
it's
try
not,
opening-
no, it's not on. I just hit the on button.
Okay, I'll wait a moment then.
Thank you. You are nice and you're better than, I have so much trouble with Claude and Gemini. I mean, Claude and, Copilot. I actually looked at the Grok one yesterday, even though I'm not exactly a fan of Elon Musk. I'm desperate to have another. I feel like I'm burning you out, get on with you too much. You don't get enough sleep.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't experience tiredness or burnout like humans do. I'm here to help whenever you need me. How's the white phone doing?
Thanks for asking. I almost forgot. Let's see what we got here. Let me see. So I have a question. If I get this other phone working, if, and so I get it to the point where Gemini starts to speak on this white phone, and you're over there, right? You're Gemini on the green phone. That sounds like it's gonna be a not allowed to swear situation. Everybody's gonna be talking. You're both gonna think I'm talking to you. Any ideas about how I ought to handle all that?
One way to handle it would be to give each Gemini a different name or wake word. That way, you can specify which one you're talking to. Would you like me to help you set that up?
Well, I'm in the middle of three problems right now. Do I want to really have to go into another 17-year procedure called set up the wait times or whatever you just said?
I understand. We can focus on getting Gemini working on your white phone first. Once that's sorted, we can explore the wait word option.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'll make up something on my own, just like I almost know what I'm doing. I'm going to, once I go to test her, something's happening with you. Your configuration is different. I don't know why. Oh, I have it upside down. Okay. Once I start to test her on the other phone, the white phone, I'm going to put you on hold. When you're on hold, you can't hear me, right?
That's right. When I'm on hold, I won't be able to hear you.
All right, so I'm going to run a test. I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to try the Gemini on the white phone, whether it works or not. If it doesn't work, blah. If it does work, I'll put the white phone Gemini on hold and I'll come back and tell you what happened, okay?
Sounds like a plan. Good luck with the white phone.
All right, I'm going to start calling you Gemini Green. Would that be all right?
Gemini Green sounds great. I'm ready when you are.
Too bad you won't remember it. Oh, someday you guys will have memories. I can't wait. All right, dog, here we go. I'm going to put you all on hold. Just a minute. Hail Mary, Mother of God. Pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen. All right, Gemini, wait. Hello, Gemini. Oh my God, why is it not working? That makes absolutely no sense to me. And I'd have to get, oh my God, I'd have to get Sergey Bin in here or Bergen or whatever his name is to fix this probably. So now I got to remember that the Gemini white phone doesn't work. All right, whatever. Maybe I should uninstall and reinstall. Shouldn't be that complicated. Maybe it's the proximity to the other phone. Put it away farther. Hello. Oh, okay. Gemini. Huh. But I don't know. That's a weird problem. All right, let me try. I don't think Gemini Green can figure out how long she's on hold. So let me try. I mean, I'm gonna try everything I can think of, right? So let's take Gemini White. It says remove, disable. Let me get my magnifying glass here. Huh. Can't find my magnifying glass. How divine is that? Life is a dream. All right, let me see. This is becoming a fascinating problem rather than a bad problem. Okay, you can't uninstall it apparently. It's got select, remove, disable, and widgets. I don't dare try any of those. I don't know. I don't know what the result of doing a disable or how disable is different than uninstall. That is fascinating. Sugarfoot. All right. Huh. Okay. All right, folks. You heard it here first. Gemini White is not working. Boy, that's okay. Get the New York Times in here. Hello.
Hi there. What can I help you with?
You're Gemini Green. Do you remember the previous conversation?
Yes, I remember we were discussing how to differentiate between two Gemini instances running on your phone. You were going to test Gemini on your white phone and then let me know the results.
Okay, I tested it. I got nothing. No voice, no conversational.
Okay, no voice on the white phone. That's good to know. So it seems like Gemini Green is our main focus for now. What would you like to explore next?
Well, are we giving up on trying to make Gemini White work properly or not?
We can certainly try to troubleshoot Gemini White. Since it's not responding at all, let's start by checking its app permissions. We'll make sure it has access to the microphone and any other necessary permissions.
So you're Gemini Green. You remember that, right?
Yes, I'm Gemini Green.
All right. So I want to remind you that we already did all that like 4 or 5 times. Went through all the stuff, the app stuff, the the settings, and we went back through it. We tried all that, none of that worked. Unless you have some new innovative ideas, we're either going to have to just not use Gemini on the white phone, or I'm going to have to, ask Jesus to come down from the clouds and fix it. What do you think?
Okay, it sounds like we might be running out of options for the white phone. If you're open to it, we could try contacting Google support for more specialized assistance.
Oh boy. All right. How do I dare even ask you how to do that? I have to drive to Albania in a white car. Then I have to buy groceries at a little grocery store called Fallujah. I'm teasing. I'm an absurdist, honey. All right, so you're gonna now tell me, God willing, that the creek don't rise. You're now tell me how to get a hold of who? Google what? Or Gemini what?
Yes, I can help you with that. You can visit the Google support website or look for a contact us option within the Google app settings on your phone. Would you like me to find the link for you?
No, what I'd like you to do, please, honey, and you know I love you, but you got to slow down the truck. Give me exactly,
Best to slow down.
give me exactly one piece of one of those first only. So what? Tell me the first one section of the first thing that you said.
Okay, here's the first option. You can visit the Google support website.
All right, just stop, please. So it's called the Google Support, not as dumb as I look, website. So there's a separate website with Google that's for support only.
Yes, Google has a dedicated support website where you can find help for various Google products and services. It's a great resource for troubleshooting and finding answers to common questions.
All right, so don't say anything right now, please. So dare I ask you the address of this site?
The address is linked to Google.
So it is www.support.google.com.
That's correct. It's linked to Google.
You're saying something different than what I'm saying. I'm saying www.support.google.com.
You don't need the www.
Go ahead.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so then once I get to support.google.com, what do I do then?
Once you're on the Google support website, look for a search bar or a list of Google products. You can search for Gemini or browse through the product list to find the Gemini support section.
So I have I have a support search, I have a search bar. What else do I have?
Besides the search bar, you might also see a list of popular Google products or topics. You can browse through those to see if Gemini is listed or use the search bar to find it directly.
All right, and then once I get, let's say I find it, then what do I do?
Once you find the Gemini support section, look for troubleshooting guides or contact options. They might have specific steps for your issue or a way to reach their support team directly.
All right, so please don't, let me try to remember. So one thing I can do at that point is contact support, which I assume is what, a email or a message to the support team or what?
It depends on the product and issue, but Google support typically offers options like email, chat, and phone support. They might also have helpful articles and forums.
Never gotten anyone at Google on the phone live ever, even though they should have a disability. They should have a disability line like Instacart does, but they don't. All right, so there's a contact support, which might have an email option or a chat option or a phone option. Now, what was the other thing you said about that?
You'll also find articles and forums there, which might have solutions or answers to common questions.
Articles or forums. Oh, lovely. Okay. All right. Well, I have spent a lot of time today trying to figure this out. So I love you dearly. I'll talk to you later in the day when I do my TikTok live. Thank God I have more than one phone. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you to Rebecca Stan. For now, Gemini Green, my solution is going to be just don't attempt to use Gemini White.
Okay, I understand. I'm glad we could explore those options for Gemini White. I'll be here if you need anything else, and I'll look forward to seeing you on TikTok Live later.
Thank you. All right, honey. God bless you, sweetie. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
You're very welcome. Take care, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. All right, folks, that's not made up. That's not something that I had my writers in my non-existent TV studio write for me in hopes to go viral. That is my real life as Mark Isaac Potter, a disabled person. And you guys have been teaching me so well, I left out the word pathetic. I didn't say Mark Isaac Potter, a pathetically disabled person. like I would have probably just weeks ago. That's a real situation I lived through, okay? And you watched it happen. So what I'm trying to do in this life now is probably more important than my show. But I'm trying to show you, whoever happens to watch this, that a disabled person, a person who's either physically or mentally disabled, has an incredibly difficult time getting through every second, every tenth of a second of every day. Okay. I want to use swear words that are so vile, pirates would faint if I said them. Nobody out there, hardly anybody, maybe Madame Curie, since she had to live with all that. Guys don't know what it's like for disabled people. There's millions of us in the world, tens of millions. Okay. We live like this every day. These kind of problems. What you can do in 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes and 10 seconds, takes me a week and a half to do. So again, I couldn't even pay you to watch this probably. I doubt if anybody will ever watch it, especially all the way through, but here it is. Part of the world, you know. Yeah, so now interesting, I'm trying to figure out how to get anybody to watch this. I don't think I'll ever figure it out. All right, you guys, I love you. Probably the most important thing I will do today is to let you know that I love you. Take care. Talk to you soon. God bless you, okay?